Okay, this is the P1 paper from October 2024. It's question number 5, and this is a question on radians. Let's look and see what we've got. It says we've got a plot of land OAB in the shape of a sector. So this is a sector here with the centre at 0. They tell me that OA is equal to OB is equal to 5. So I know that length all the way across there is equal to 5, and it says that the angle is 1.2 radians. That's already on my diagram, and it asks me to find the perimeter of the plot of land. So the perimeter is that length, and the arc AB. Well, that's really easy because AB is an arc that we can find. Let's say to the examiner what we're going to do. So we're going to start off by saying the length of arc AB, L equals r theta, so L is equal to 5 times 1.2, which gives me 6 kilometres. So if that's true, the perimeter of the shape is equal to 5 plus 5 plus the 6 there, so that's 16 kilometres. Dead straightforward. 2 marks for that part there, no issues at all with that. It then says, point P lies on the line such that AP divides the line into 2 regions, and they're telling me that R1 is 3 lots of R2. This would be 3 lots of R2 if this was R2 here. And they say, can we show that the area of R2 is equal to 3.75. Well, yeah, we should absolutely be able to do that as well, because what I can do, if I've got 5, 5 and 1.2, I can work out the area of the sector, half r squared theta, and then that's going to be the same as 4r2, isn't it? Let's explain to the examiner what I've just said. So part B is this, yeah, part B. The area of the sector, that's half r squared theta. So in this case, that's half 5 squared times 1.2. And that works out to be equal to 15. So 15 kilometres squared. But as we just said, R1 plus R2 is equal to 15 kilometres squared. And they just told us that R1 was 3R2, so 3R2 plus R2 is equal to 15. And so R2 is just 15 divided by 4, which works out to be 3.75 kilometres squared, which is what they asked us to do. And then the last part, they say, okay, can we now find the length AP? So the length AP, let's just have a look at that. That's this length here. If I want that length there, looking at the information I've got, if I had this length, this area, and this length, then that would be a pretty classic cosine rule question, where I've got 2 sides and the angle in between them. So although they've asked me for AP, what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to see if I can work out OP. And I can work out OP because I know the area of this triangle here. I know this length, that, and OP will be the only thing missing in my formula. Let's explain it to the examiner at the same stage. I'll make it clearer to you what I'm talking about there. So for this, what part is it? This is part C. So part C, I'm going to say, first of all, I know the area of the triangle. Area of triangle OAP, we know that's equal to 3.75. That's what we just worked out. But we know that's also equal to half AB sine, half AB sine C. So 3.75 is equal to a half, and say OP is the only thing we haven't got here, 5 OP and sine 1.2. So if you rearrange all that, you can get what OP is. I'll just do it, take one extra step here. OP is 2 times 3.75, and then divided by the 5 and divided by the sine 1.2. So OP actually works out to be equal to 1.6 kilometres. But then, as I say, in our cosine rule, handwriting gets worse and worse. Cosine rule, sorry, is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. And we now have AP is what I'm looking for. AP squared is just going to be the 5 squared, the 1.6 squared, 2 lots of 5, lots of 1.6, lots of cos 1.2. Obviously, you've got a calculator in the radians all the way through this. And if you tidy this all up, work it all out, AP works out to equal 4.7. I think they said something about, to the nearest 100 metres there. So 4.7 kilometres or 4,700 metres. Either way, but making sure only to one decimal place there or to the nearest 100 metres. That's the same thing. Don't lose that last mark, okay? Make sure when we do any of these questions involving radians, we check for things like decimal places, excuse me, and significant figures. Hopefully that's a relatively straightforward one. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody.